every single week, I do these things called weekly adventures. And the goal of them is to do something new or something exciting every single week in order to build life experience, to learn things, and to just have an overall fun life. This weekly adventure, though, I actually made a new friend. So prior to this, I was in this thing called school, and I was in a school community. It's kind of like Discord, so it's a social media. And I was in this specific school group. Out of nowhere, one of the people from my school who left the school messaged me, surprised that I was in the same community. And we started talking for a little bit, and we ended up getting each other's WhatsApp, and I scheduled a weekly adventure. So that's kind of an example of how helpful school is as a platform. So it's not like the actual spelling of school, but it's SKOOL. And it's an extremely helpful platform for making friends who have similar values to you. So for example, I have a school community, top link in the description. It is called the Social Protocol, and it helps people be social. And you're likely to meet people who are trying to be social like you, of course. We schedule the weekly adventure and we meet up near the train station that we are going to, since we are going to the next city. So me, my friend, and this new friend, we all meet up and we start chatting about stuff. I was in the self-improvement community where there's like courses on learning how to build muscle, learning how to be more confident, stuff like that. So we had a lot of similar values and we were just chatting and it was extremely fun. We get on the train and for some odd reason there were no seats, which was extremely silly. How can you have a train and then have no seats and then charge me more than what it cost for me getting the train with seats? It doesn't make sense. They literally, the people who sell the train tickets, they charged me more for it. They literally charged me more. So you can imagine, last time I went, I paid like £2 something. This time I had to pay £3. It's ludicrous. So I had to pay more. I didn't get a seat and I literally had to just stand up holding this like pole thing, and it kind of annoyed me. We are in Glasgow now, so we are walking and I'm in charge of navigating. I have the map, I know where we are going to the escape room, and you know, I'm a pathfinder, I'm a naturally gifted traveler. You know, something I learned is that, you know how there are Vikings, right? Like tribal people, you know, stereotypical horned hats. If you go on a Viking, it means you're going traveling or adventuring. So now me and my friends are going on a Viking and I'm the one in charge. I'm on maps. Okay, this way, this way, this way. Okay. So they are all following me and I lead them exactly to the wrong place. So of course that was on purpose because I'm very good at pathfinding and navigating. But I just wanted to see if they would understand that it was the wrong location. So they actually did. So kudos to them. Of course, I already knew that. And then one of the people I was with ends up leading us to the right place. Of course, I could have done it myself, but I just wanted to see if they were any good, you know. I need to test them. So we managed to get to the escape room and it's shut. So this is like a huge building that's probably like 10 stories high, and the door for it is barricaded with, you know how shops have this thing that they pull down to kind of lock the shop? It was barricaded with something like that. So there was no way in. Then some lady out of nowhere, coincidentally, comes over to the door. She opens it with a key and then goes in. And then we rush in after her so it doesn't lock again. And first of all, that's an extremely stupid marketing tactic. Imagine having a shop and it's literally locked. So you have a shop and there's no way to enter, and the only way you can enter is if you book ahead of time, but you rarely even know how to find it online because there's no advertising for it that's actually notable. So they basically have no customer base and it's extremely stupid. I don't think they owned the entire building though, so they probably just booked that tiny part in the building, and the person who owns the entire building just has it locked for some reason. So there's an elevator, that's the one the lady went up, and everyone else was kind of considering, said, we take the elevator, this looks really tall. And of course, I decide not to, so I run up. Then the other two run after me, and now we are just running up this like 10-story flight of stairs to get to this escape room. We finally get to the top. We are sweating, huffing and puffing. We open the door. We don't know what's gonna be behind it. We open the door, and there's no escape room. It's just two people who are there. The lady actually was there as well, the lady who opened the door. And they said that no escape room was actually available to book, like walk in. Normally people book escape rooms before they go. I booked them by walking in. I didn't have time to book, bro. Do I look gay? Do I look homosexual? I don't have time to book an escape room. Who does that? You walk in. That's how G's do it. So there was no escape room to book, and it's fine. So that's a little annoying. So we are about to go down the flight of stairs again, and then one of my friends, the new friend I made, he makes the absolute retarded statement. He asks, hey, how about we take the elevator? The fucking elevator. So I just flat out tell him, if you take the elevator, you are gay. And now me and the friend I already had, we run down the stairs, and now he just has to follow after us because he doesn't want to be the gay person in the group. So we get out of there. We find this other escape room. We go up another flight of stairs. Oh, finally. Now we are really huffing and puffing. All of the buildings in Glasgow and in these big cities are fucking enormous, like skyscrapers. So you need to often like go up a lot of stairs or up a gay elevator if you want to get there. So we book this escape room. You know how much it costs? This is actually an escape room on the cheaper side, so you wouldn't expect it to cost that much. Maybe like, £30 for 3 people? It costs £69. It costs £69, bro. And I know it's like funny number, haha. But bro, fucking expensive, bro. Inflation, am I right? So we end up booking this. I'm looking at my bank account. It hurts a little bit. Oh. My allowance for this week, damn, it really hurts. So I have a hole in my gut now, since it set me back quite a lot. And whilst we are waiting, because you can only go in like an hour, so this escape room is already booked out and we need to wait for a little bit. So now we go to this Nando's. I've never been to Nando's. I expected it to be like a fast food joint. So we go in, I see the till, and I start walking towards there. The new friend I met says, wait, come back. Apparently, Nando's is closer to a restaurant. So if you've never been to Nando's, which you probably haven't because who goes to Nando's, you'll often think, Nando's just a fast food place. You go, you buy food, you leave. No, it's kind of like a restaurant. So you go in, you wait for the waiter to come to you and give you a seat. And then you need to give your order to, not even the waitress, which is kind of weird. So you give your order to the people at the till, and then you sit back down and the waitress will deliver it to you. So it's like a restaurant, but it's kind of weird with how they set it out. So it's like a mix of a restaurant and a fast food joint, and it's extremely inefficient. It's not as simple as just going in, by getting food, going out. You wait, you get seated, then you need to stand up, go to the cashier to buy your food. Then you need to sit down and wait for the waiter or waitress to give you your meal. it's really slow. So we finally order our food. It's quite nice. We start talking about different things. For example, if all the electricity went out tomorrow, or just right now, what would you do? How would you be prepared for it? It's an interesting question. It's an interesting dilemma. But if all of the electricity went out tomorrow, I guess you're dead. Unless you have stacks upon stacks of resources, you're dead, basically. I think asking questions like that, philosophical questions, random hypothetical dilemmas and situations, it's a time waste because it's not real and it won't, it could happen. Like, for example, we were talking about how the sun does these things. I don't know what they are called. I believe it's called a solar flare, or maybe it's something else, where it sends a huge burst of energy. And there's a chance that this energy could come to Earth and it would disrupt all electrical signals. So no electricity would work. And it happened in the past before. But in the past we didn't have the internet, so it didn't affect us. But now that we do, and planes use it a lot, and planes literally went off because Microsoft went off. Not even the internet, just Microsoft. So imagine what it would be like if it was the entirety of electricity. Crazy. So that could very well happen. But unless you're extremely wealthy and you can get resources upon resources, it's not worth thinking about. You should really just focus on doing what is real, doing what can help you right now to get to the next level. Like, imagine me sitting here and thinking, okay, when I have $10 million, I'm going to need to buy a bunker, and the bunker is going to be laid out exactly like this. And then, just in case any tax agents come, I'll make sure to file my taxes in this country under this name and blah blah blah. Bro, I don't even have close to $10 million yet. So why would I even think about that ever? It doesn't make sense. I should think about what can I do right now to make $100, $1,000. Not, when I have 10 million, then I'll do this and this and this. It doesn't make sense. I don't like philosophical questions. I don't like moral debates. I don't like things that aren't real, hypotheticals. It can be fun, but it's entertainment and it's bullshit and it won't help you in your life. So we finished from Nando's. It's finally time for the escape room. I was doing this, but I don't even have a watch. So we climb up the flight of stairs again. We finally get into the escape room. I get given a walkie-talkie. And what the person tells me, the person who's like the owner of the escape room, what they tell me is that right now, so there's a Spider-Man movie being filmed in Glasgow. I actually saw it. That there was no Spider-Man, unfortunately, but it's the new movie. I mean, if you want to see it, I guess come to Glasgow. So there was this Spider-Man movie being filmed, and you can imagine people in these movies, the cast, even just the taxi drivers, most likely they don't just call with cell phones, they have walkie-talkies. So there was a potential chance that I used the what was it called? The radio thing. And I talk in walkie-talkie, and I talk in it. And instead of the electrical signals going to the owner of the escape room or the person who's running it, it could go to someone in the cast of the new Spider-Man movie. So I was kind of hoping, what if I use the walkie-talkie and I end up contacting Tom Holland or something? That would be sick. It didn't happen, unfortunately. I know, it sucks. It could have. So we are doing this escape room. There was this entire lore and this story. I didn't understand it at all. It didn't make any sense to me. The lore was just kind of bullshit. There was this guy called Iverson. Don't know what his role in the story was. There was this guy called Dr. Tony. All of this stuff. I don't look at lore. When I used to play video games, I just skipped all of that, bro. It's boring. Who cares about lore? I don't care about your story, bruv. I just like the game. I don't care about the stories of Mr. Iverson or Dr. Tony or whatever these people are. I just want to escape the room. You understand? So, we finished this escape room, and unfortunately, it was my first escape room and we lost. I know, it sucks. Imagine having your first escape room and losing. We were close to winning, but we lost, unfortunately. So, that was annoying. It was this horror escape room. So, there were these jump scares. There were, like, dolls that would just ram into us and we'd have to jump back and, like, fucking dodge. And there was this, like, random clown thing with his head popped off and we were, like, pretending to box it. We also got a flashlight and it started like getting dimmer and dimmer as time went on, so maybe it had low battery. It wasn't really that scary. No, I'm gonna be honest. If you already saw the room when it was bright, it doesn't get scarier when it goes dark. Unless you're afraid of the dark, then fair enough. But for example, if you see your room every day and you know the layout of everything in your room, when the lights go off and you can't see anything, you most likely aren't going to be scared just because you already know everything. You're in your room every single day. You know everything in your room. We finished this escape room, and finally, should I even tell you this? I'll tell you. I won't tell you the exact place. So we go to this cafe. I won't tell you the name of the cafe, and we order our stuff. Of course, I get a croissant. I like croissants. £2 for bread. It didn't taste £2 good, but you know it's fine. Should I tell you this? So I don't think they'll know no, but I left a review on the cafe. Okay, I'll tell you, since you want to know so badly, now that I'm kind of making suspense. So, in this cafe, one of the people who were working there, one of the baristas, they couldn't sell any more of their pastries. So what they did is she came up to us, and she said, "Excuse me, boys, we can't sell any more of our pastries, so we are handing them out for free. You can take some if you want." And they came up to us first because, well, we were the most loudest people in the cafe. That's something I talk about in the social protocol, being loud. You need to use it strategically. So we were the loudest people in the cafe. We were talking about what we wanted to. When you're in a large friend group and you're with your social friends, you're also confident. You're naturally louder and more confident, and you attract more people. I was also very respectful to the baristas, so they probably appreciated our company more. So they came up to us first, and we got all of these free pastries before everyone else did. Like, they still handed out the free pastries, but we already took the good ones. It's like in class, where sometimes they'll give out these sweets, and a lot of the students will take all of the good sweets first. So then you're like the last guy who's like, no, I'm nonchalant, I don't care about sweets. But then you fall into temptation and you look at the sweets and you're like, this is bullshit. There's no good sweets here. Like those taffy caramel things, those are shit. So we get all of the good pastries, but those are amazing. Like, bro, the black in me loves free stuff. So I get all of these free sweeties. And yeah, I know, it's bad to eat bad, you should eat healthy. I get it. But on a weekly adventure, let's say you go to a restaurant, you're on a date with some girl. Are you really going to be there, like, tracking your calories? Is this healthy food? It's kind of weird, to be honest. You shouldn't be that obsessive over them. Of course, like in your day-to-day life, you should be careful about what you're eating. Are you getting the right calories? Are you getting the right proteins? Doing all of this, like, nerdy stuff. But out and about, when you're having fun, you shouldn't let the fun be ruined. You shouldn't let the mood get destroyed just because you want to stay healthy. One day of eating a little bit of seed oils and chocolate, I don't think it's going to kill you. And if it will, then, I mean, you have a fucking weak immune system. So, we finished from this guy. I'm not going to tell you the cafe or the people's names, just because I feel like if I do, there's a potential chance that I don't know, their boss figures out, they get fired, I don't know. So, I'm not gonna tell you that. However, what I will say is those pastries were fire. We get back to the train, we go back to our hometown, and that's the end of the adventure. It was quite a nice adventure, it was quite fun. I learned a bit about how when you have good social dynamics with your friends and you're all loud and confident and you're all pushing each other to be better and you're kind of like acknowledging each other's strengths, it can help you a lot. It very much enunciates your status in a social hierarchy. So in that cafe, we were loud, we were confident, and so I believe in energy. If you're loud and confident and happy, the people around you are more likely to be like you, loud and confident and happy. If you're always smiling, more people around you will just start to be happy. And because they are happy and smiling, you'll start to be even happier. And it's this loop of never-ending success and energy. Because we were so loud and confident and overwhelming, we just gained so much status and people just seemed to kind of be attracted by our sphere, our energy, our aura. I learned how important it is to have good, confident and fun to be around friends. I also learned what did I learn? I also learned that Nando's is shit. Remember, check the top link in the description, and remember, consistency is over a lifetime. Bye bye.